is the common difference. What do I add? 12. From 24 to 36, how much do I add?
12.
From 24 to 48.
12.
So what would you expect this number here to be?
60.
And if this is 60, this have to be one more, not so?
Yes.
Right? Let us see if that is true. What is the difference between 13 and 25?
12.
12. What is the difference between 37 and 25?
12.
Right? Here as well is 12. And 49 plus 12 will give me 61. Agreed?
Yes.
Right. So everybody, almost every single student writing mathematics would have gotten this 2 marks. Almost every single child would have scored that 2 marks. But you see, when we go on to part 2 and part 3, this is where the trouble starts. Because they don't know how to get n, right? Especially when there's an algebraic term, they don't know how to get that. That is where it is problematic. So I have a formula. As long as, and listen to me carefully, as long as there is a constant amount that we are adding between the terms, it is called an arithmetic sequence or series, or what we call an AP. Now, that only holds if from one term to the next, the amount is the same. So Tn is equal to A plus D into n minus 1. Don't get confused just yet, right? Tn is simply the nth term. So I'm working out this first before I work out anything. A is the first term. And D is the common difference. All right. What is the first number here?
12.
12. Everybody agree? The first number is 12? Right. What is the common difference between the numbers?
12.
12. Right. Watch this. 12 plus 12n, because using the distributive law, we have to multiply every term in the bracket by 12. So the first term is 12 by n. The second term is 12 by minus 1, which is minus 12. So 12n plus 12 minus 12 is how much? Wouldn't this cancel?
Yes.
So this is 12n. So let us see if my formula is correct. If n is 2, 12 2s are 24, not so?
Yep. Yes.
If n is 3, 12 3s are 36, not so?
Yes. Yes.
If n is 4, 12 4s are 48, not so?
Yes. Yes.
Right. Now, if this is 60 and this is 61, how much did I add to 60 to get 61?
1.
1. So if here is 12n, here must be 12n plus 1. You agree?
Yes. Yes.
Right. Now, if I have 156, 156 12n is 156. Work out n for me. What is the opposite or what is the inverse by multiply by 12?
Divide by 12.
So go ahead and work it out. And work out this piece here and work out this piece here for me.
Yeah, Miss, I got it.
All right, we have 13. Could anybody confirm that?
Yeah, Miss.
And if here is 156, here must be 157.
Yep.
Yes?
Yeah, Miss.
Any questions? Any questions so far?
Miss.
All right. We're going along, right? The number of dots in two consecutive figures are recorded. The information for the first three pairs of consecutive figures are shown in the table below. So, figure 1 and figure 2 is 13 plus 25, right? Figure 2 and figure 3 is 25 plus 37. Figure 3 and figure 4 is, look at here, look where I am looking here. 13 plus 25, which is 38. Then 25 and 37, which is 62. Then 37 and 49, which is 86. Work out for me. The formula for the number of dots is 12n plus 1. So when n is 7, find the value. And when n is 8, find the value. Go ahead. Look at the formula there. Look at here. So replace n with 7 and then replace n with 8. Now, this is a question where, without any knowledge of mathematics, you are supposed to follow the pattern and get some marks. Okay, it don't require a formula for volume, area, or anything like that. It is the pattern or the sequence question. So this is the opportunity where you can score an easy 10 marks, right?
Yeah, miss.
Now, when n is 7, what did you all get? 12
85.
by
Yeah, miss.
7 plus 1,
That's
which is
85.
85, correct?
Yeah, miss.
Then 12 by 8 plus
97.
1, which is 97. So what is the total?
182.
Anybody else got that?
Yeah, miss. I get it.
Yeah, miss.
Right? Does anybody have any question regarding 182? Did you all get that? All right, we're going again. Now, this is where students doesn't know what to put. From the time they see n and n plus 1, that is where they go completely blank, right? Because this is where the algebra comes in. Now, the same way, students, you substitute 7 and you get 12 by 7 plus 1. And the same way, you substitute 8 and you get 12 by 8 plus 1. The same thing you're going to do here. So, n is equal to n first, and n is equal to n plus 1. So, wherever you see n, replace it by n, write your answer, then replace n by this whole thing, n plus 1. So it will be interesting to know what you write in your book, but try it. All right, it will be very interesting to see what you all come up with, but try it. So this question is worth 10 marks. All right, so we're replacing n with n. So obviously we're supposed to get back the same thing. Did you all get that?
Yeah, miss.
All right. Now we're replacing n with n plus 1. So we write in the 12, we write in the 1, and here we put in n plus 1. Did anybody put that? No, nobody put that. Did anybody get that?
Miss,
Jody,
I
what
get
did
that,
you put?
but I
What did you have, Jason?
miss, I get that, and then after when I add it up, I get 24 and 14, miss.
All right. Jody, what did you get?
I was with the answer, miss. I wasn't sure.
Oh, okay. So 12 by n is 12n. 12 by 1 is 12 plus 1. So this is 12n plus 13. So if we add 12n and we add 12n, we will get 24n. And if we add 1 and 13, we will get 14. Besides Jason, did anybody get anything close to that? All right, so take it down. Remember not to get discouraged, right? There may be questions where you can probably answer the entire question. And there may be some questions where you may be only able to answer part A or part B. So we are going to get marks in every question. So don't be discouraged and don't be intimidated by the paper, right? I'm sending you all in with 20. That is more than a lot of schools and a lot of children in the country. In the multiple choice, some of you all are actually perfected the multiple choice. That is how good you are, right? And in the paper too, we are preparing ourselves to the very last, right? I'm not going to give up on you all. I'm going to be with you all until the very last. All right, can we move on?
Yes.
Yes.
So we go in, I'm not doing 2021 papers yet. We will do it in a few minutes, right? I don't want to do that one just yet. So we go into 2019. All right, so the nth term, sometimes they may bring the question differently, but it is still the same sequence question. The nth term of a sequence is given by, so Tn is 3n squared minus 2. Show that the first term is 1. You cannot substitute for a constant. So which means you only replace n with 1. So go ahead and try it. Wherever you see n, replace it with 1. Go ahead. Remember that 3 is a constant that has to remain. 2 is a constant that has to remain. The only place you can substitute for the first term is where you see n. So really and truly, you are finding T1, which is the first term. So this would be 3 by 1 squared minus 2. 1 squared is simply 1 by 1, which is 1. So 3 multiplied by 1 minus 2, T1 is equal to 1. Did you all get that?
Yes.
Yes.
No, we are finished yet. We find in T3. So if you didn't get T1, I'm sure you could find T3 now. Go ahead. All right. By now, you're supposed to have something written in your book, right? So 3 by 3 squared minus 2. So 3 squared is simply 3 by 3, which is 9. 3 multiplied by 9, take away 2, 27 minus 2. The answer is 25. Yes?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Now that wasn't too bad, right? So here they're asking for n again. So you know what? We're leaving that out because we don't know how to find n. No. We need to make sure we get marks in every question. So here is what we know. We know Tn is 145. So this is Tn. So we're making n the subject of the formula. And I have to teach you all how to make n the subject of the formula. So we're going to do that next time. So 3n squared minus 2 is equal to 145. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to circle the term in n. And we are going to remove each term bit by bit until we have n alone. So the first thing we're going to do is remove negative 2. The opposite of negative 2 is positive 2, right? And you know how you all like to say we carrying it over the equal sign? Well, it's so late now. If you want to say that, well, by all means, but it is mathematically incorrect. However, if in your eyes you want to carry it across, by all means. So 3n squared is equal to 145 plus 2. 3n squared is equal to 147. The inverse of multiply by 3 is divide by 3. So divide both sides by 3 and find the square root. Go ahead. All right. You all ready? We're still working. I didn't hear that. All right. So we divide in by 3 first. This is going to cancel. N squared is equal to 49. N is equal to the square root of 49. How much is n?
7.
All right. Is there anybody in the class who didn't get 7? Or who would like me to redo it or to explain it again? This is the time to say, please. Don't be embarrassed and don't be ashamed, right? Because after this, we're going on. All right, so let me leave the answer there. If anybody wishes to take it down. This is actually taken from the 2019 paper, the June paper, June 2019. All right, let me go. Chisan, this is your favorite question.
Oh God, yes. Yes, the bring names.
The first 8 terms of another sequence with n terms. This is called the Fibonacci series. So for those of you all who absolutely love social media, type in Google the Fibonacci series and you all will find this sequence, right? Now, U1 is equal to 1, right? U2 is also equal to 1. Just give me a second. Right? Hello? All right. All right, you all just read the question and come back now. All right. UN is UN minus 1 plus UN minus 2. So it's looking somewhat confusing, right? The first instant, when you look at the question, it's looking somewhat confusing, but it is not. What it says is that if you want to find the 5th term, you add the 4th term and the 3rd term. So we're really going 3, 4, 5. Do you all see that?
Yeah, miss.
If we want to find the 7th term, it is the 2 terms just before that. So it is the 5th and the 6th term. So if you follow the pattern 3, 4, 5, which is the sum of the 2 terms before 5, and for example, the 7th term is the 2 terms before 7, which is 6 and 5. Write for me U9 and U10. I'm sure you all could write it. Go ahead. Yes, Andre, you are correct. Now, I just want you to write it in terms of U for now, and then we will put it as a numerical number or numerical value, right? All right. So, are you all ready or you're still working?
Yeah, Miss ready.
All right. You're still working, Christine? All right. Go ahead. I'll give you 2 minutes again. All right. What are the two numbers before 9?
8 and 7.
8 and 7. Did you all get that?
Yes.
What are the two numbers before 10?
9 and 8.
9 and 8. Is there anybody who wrote anything besides that? Well, I tell you to follow the pattern, right? So my instructions were clear. So I am hopeful that we all wrote what I have exactly on my screen. All right, we're going again. We have U8 and U7, right? Now, let us number these. So we have U1 is equal to 1. U2 is also equal to 1. U3 is equal to 2. U4 is equal to 3. U5 is equal to 5. U6 is equal to 8. U7 is equal to 13. And U8 is equal to 21. So substitute the values for U8 and U7 and find U9. Substitute the values for U7 and U8 and find U9 for me. And when you get U9, substitute it here and find U10 by adding the term on top with U8. So go ahead. I have given you the values, so you work it out. Are we ready?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So U8 is 21 and U7 is 13. I have 34.
Yes.
Did you all get that?
Yes.
Right? Now I told you that the answer for U9, take it and substitute it here. So this would be 34 plus 21, which is 55.
Yeah, yes.
Yes? Right. So that was okay. Which term in the sequence, you think about it. Which term in the sequence is the sum? Without telling me, I want you to think about it for a minute. Which term in the sequence is the sum of 18 and 19? Think about it and write it in your book. and then we will continue. All right. Anyone? Which two?
Plus 20.
Yes, because it's 18, 19, 20. Did you all get it?
Yeah, miss.
All right, we're going again. We're not finished yet. Show that. So when you see the word show that, it means you have to prove that, right? And you see when students see this, that is a red flag. That means we have to leave it out because we don't know what to do. So let me go back, right? Let's go back. U20 is the sum of U19 and U18. That is what we know. So we write in that. U20 is equal to U19 plus U18. Yes?
Yeah, miss.
Right.
Yeah.
What is the next term is U19. What is U19? The sum of which two terms?
So,
18 and 17.
yeah, 18 and
18,
17.
18 and 17. You all agree?
Yeah.
Right. What operation we doing here? Adding, multiplying, dividing, what we doing? What is this operation here? What does this mean?
Take away subtract.
Take away. We're going to subtract. So U20 minus U19 is equal to this piece, which is U19 minus plus U18. And the symbol means to take away, right? U18 plus U17. This is looking scrappy. Let me write it back. We start it again. U20 minus U19. U20 is simply U19 minus U18. Take away U18 plus U17. Take it down and simplify it. And tell me if you get this. Take it out and simplify it. It just has a lot of U's. So think about the U as a symbol A, B, C. It doesn't have to be U, right? So don't be intimidated by the symbol, please. What going to cancel?
18.
What is going?
18.
This is going to cancel. So we get U19 minus U17. And wasn't that what they asked us to prove?
Yeah.
That's it.
Any questions?
Yeah, miss.
Is anyone still writing?
Oh, yes.
All right, we go in, we saving the best for last. And this one, first time I've seen a question like this, but we are going to do it. Multiple choice. So this is taken from the 2021 paper. Are you all seeing my screen? I will make it very big so we can see it. So you see that pi? From the time you see that pi, automatically, we don't want to do this question at all at all. So the diagrams below shows a sequence of figures made up of circles and dots. Each figure has 1 dot at the center and 4 dots on the circumference of each circle. The radius of the first circle is 1 unit. The radius of the new circle is 1 unit greater than the radius of the previous circle, except for the first figure, a portion of each of the other figures is shaded. All right, a little bit wordy, a little bit lengthy. Nevertheless, let me see, it's a pattern question, right? So we have to figure out the pattern. So the first number is 1, and I have 5 dots. The second number is 2, and I have 9 dots. The third number is 3, and I have 13 dots. What is the difference between 5 and 9?
4. Almost.
What is the difference between 13 and 9? 13 minus 9.
Oh,
What is the difference between 17 and 13?
4.
4. So how much you expect 5 to be?
21. 20.
21. You agree? You all agree? Right. Now, remember at the beginning of the class, I told you if there is a certain amount that we are adding and it's constant, it is an arithmetic sequence. Remember that?
Yes.
So the formula Tn, because I'm going to work out this piece here, is equal to A plus D into n minus 1, where A is my first term, which is 5, right? And D is the common difference, which is 4. So 5 plus 4, open bracket, n minus 1. Simplify that for me by first multiplying by 4, and then multiplying 4 by n, and then multiplying 4 by minus 1. So simplify it. Or if you can't simplify it, at least try it. Try it and see what you'll get. You all ready?
Yeah, that's
All right. So we have 5 plus 4n minus 4. So 4n plus 5 minus 4. I have 4n plus 1. Did anybody get that?
Yeah, miss.
yes.
Yes.
Right. Now, let us. So, how would we get this value here? 2 squared is 4. 3 squared is 9. 4 squared is 16. 5 squared is 25. What would here be? If it's n squared. You all agree?
Yes, miss.
Right. So we're doing this one now. Let's see if this is an arithmetic sequence. What is the difference here?
3.
What is 3 pi minus 1 pi?
2.
2 what?
2 pi.
Right. What is 5 pi minus 3 pi?
2 pi.
What is 7 pi minus 5 pi?
2 pi.
Right. So is the common difference the same?
Yes, miss.
Right. So we can use the same formula here. The first term is pi. So we write in the formula again. A plus D into n minus 1. The first term is pi. The common difference is 2 pi. Multiply it and simplify it. Go ahead. Don't be intimidated by the pi. It's just a symbol. It could have been A, it could have been B, it could have been X. So let's see. Pi plus 2 pi n minus 2 pi. You all got that? So 2 pi n plus pi minus 2 pi. How much is pi minus 2 pi? How much is 1 minus 2?
1.
Minus 1, right?
Yes.
So this is 2 pi n minus pi. It's a little bit lengthy, right? So we could write that. 2 pi n minus pi. We could take the pi outside because it's common, but we are doing that. I don't want to confuse you all more. Right. Now, we had to figure out. So here would have been 9 pi. Not so?
Yeah.
Right. Now, what we're going to do here? How are we going to get that total length of circumference of all the circles? How are we going to get 2, 4, 12? Because here is 4, here is 6, here is 8. So the next one will be how much?
10.
10.
10. So here would be 30 pi, not so?
Yes, miss.
Right. What we're going to write here now? Look at
Pi.
this column, look at this column, and look at this column. And see if you could figure it out. See if you could figure it out. Look at the numbers.
N plus N squared pi.
N plus N squared pi, yes. But why? Tell me in terms of the numbers.
Because 1 plus 1 pi is 2 pi.
Yes. And 2 plus 4 will give me 6. You all see that?
Yes.
Yeah, miss.
3 plus 9 is 12. 4 plus 16 is 20. 5 plus 25 is 30. Right? So therefore, N plus N squared pi